My roommate is a vampire. And no, it's not as cool as it sounds. You're probably picturing someone like super mysterious with a velvet cape who turns into a bat and flies off into the moonlit night. Yeah, no. My roommate, Alara, wears my old band t-shirts, spends most of her time complaining about the Wi-Fi, and her most dramatic transformation is when she finally decides to do her share of the dishes. I met her through a Craigslist ad. I know, big mistake. The ad was for a nocturnal, quiet, and eternally single female seeking a room with good blackout curtains. I thought, perfect. A fellow introvert who hates sunlight as much as I do before my first cup of coffee. Little did I know nocturnal meant she literally never saw the sun. And eternally single was because all her exes are, well, probably dust. The first few weeks were weird, but manageable. She'd be super quiet all day. I thought she was just a heavy sleeper. Then at night, I'd hear strange thumping noises. One time, I got up for a glass of water and saw her hanging upside down from the curtain rod in the living room. She just looked at me, deadpan, and said, "It's good for my back." I just nodded slowly, got my water, and went back to bed. What are you even supposed to say to that? The broke part of the broke vampire equation became apparent really fast. I came home one day to find all my ketchup bottles empty. All of them, lined up on the counter, drained. I asked her about it, and she got all defensive. It's a tomato cleanse, very popular in Transylvania. She tried to use her hypnotic gaze on me once to get out of paying her share of the rent. She just stared at me intensely for a solid minute while I was trying to watch my show. I finally paused it and was like, "Are you okay? You're not blinking. Do you need eye drops?" She sighed dramatically and said, "My powers are weakened by your fluorescent lighting." It's an ambience killer. Yeah, okay, Alara, nice try. The rent was still due. Don't even get me started on her dating life. She tried one of those dating apps. Her profile said, "Ageless beauty seeking a partner for late-night bites and long-term commitments." Like, really long-term. Her first match was a guy named Chad who thought late-night bites meant getting tacos at 8 a.m. He showed up at our apartment with a bag of takeout. Alara opened the door, looked at the tacos, looked at Chad's neck, looked back at the tacos, and just looked so utterly disappointed. She came back inside and muttered, "Mortals have no sense of romance." Then there was the whole animal situation. She kept insisting she could talk to animals. One evening, a stray cat was meowing outside our window. Alara leaned out and started making these weird hissing sounds. "I am telling him," she declared, "that this is our territory and he is not welcome." The cat just hissed back and ran away. I'm pretty sure she just threatened it in regular cat language. She claimed it was a regional dialect that the local felines didn't understand. Living with her is a constant cycle of absurdity. The other day, she tried to glamour the pizza delivery guy into giving us a free pizza. She just kept complimenting his uniform in a really weird, breathy voice. The poor kid just got flustered and dropped our garlic knots. Garlic knots. The irony was not lost on me. Alara shrieked and leapt back like they were made of holy water. She spent the rest of the night complaining about how inconsiderate it was for a pizza place to even offer such a vulgar condiment. She just scoffed and said, "Stereotypes." In my day, it was all about avoiding unsolicited advice and bad fashion. Much more civilized, but you know what? As weird as it is, it's also kind of fun. Nobody else's roommate tries to pay their half of the electricity bill with an ancient, cursed doubloon they found in their coffin. Which, by the way, is a storage chest she keeps under her bed. She claims it's more comfortable than a mattress. I'm not going to argue. One time, my landlord, Mr. Henderson, came over to fix a leaky faucet. Alara was in one of her dramatic moods. She swooped into the kitchen wearing my silk bathrobe like a cape and asked him, "Tell me, mortal, does this vessel of yours often weep so?" Mr. Henderson, who has seen it all, just looked at the faucet, then at her, and said, "You need a new washer. For the sink, I mean." The robe looks fine. Alara just stood there, speechless. It was the first time I'd ever seen her at a loss for words. It was glorious, and she does have her uses. I can never find a bottle opener, but her fangs work great on beer bottles. She's also a fantastic security system. A solicitor came to our door the other day, and Alara answered it while doing her back exercises, hanging upside down from the doorframe. The guy just took one look, stammered something about having the wrong address, and practically sprinted away. We haven't had a single person try to sell us anything since. So yeah, my roommate is a broke, slightly incompetent, overly dramatic vampire who thinks ketchup is a gourmet meal. It's a weird life. I've had to add blood substitute juice boxes to my grocery list and learn to ignore the occasional hissing at pigeons on the windowsill.